All right. Y'all know I don't like intros. Let's get right into this, man. Final season of Cobra Kai. Long-ass journey. We've been going through it, man. We've been going through it. Season 5 was like 85% a bust. Season 4 was fire near the end. Really mess with that. You know, seasons 1 all the way to 3, 5. Just 5, right? Hawk's redemption. Miguel learning to walk again. The school fight. The LaRusso house fight. All that type shit. 5. Johnny fighting those 5 guys for the sake of his family. Daniel versus Terry. Miguel's crane kick. Miguel's first All Valley victory. Hawk's victory. Like, bro, we've just experienced like awesome moments throughout the entirety of this series. And yeah, I will admit, it's corny. It's corny, but I had fun watching it. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. So as long as I'm entertained, it's doing its job. All right. There's moments of peak, excellent writing. And then of course there's moments of none. So I wanted to change up the format for this commentary vid. This time we're gonna start with the cons. And I'm gonna take this video a little bit more seriously, but I'm still gonna be, goofing around. Let me break this down for you, right? What the hell is this shit? You got Daniel crying and begging to an aberration of Mr. Miyagi. Are you serious? Are you serious? I don't know who was in the writer's room. I don't know how the director, I don't know how the actors, I don't know how anybody didn't see this abomination of a scene and say, oh yeah, we should probably cut this out. Young Miyagi, fine with that, cool. Dog, why do you have a Mortal Kombat looking at character talking to Daniel and you want me to believe that that's Mr. Miyagi? How am I supposed to believe that? How am I supposed to believe that? All the emotion, all the punch of the scene amounts to nothing because I'm looking at a video game character, bro. You want to cast an actor for young Miyagi? Makes sense. This doesn't. And listen, the whole premise of the scene, let alone the CGI, the premise of the scene alone was hot garbage. Mr. Miyagi had taken someone's life during his time in a Sekai Tekai. So let me get this straight. Because this guy, I would assume, accidentally killed somebody in the Sekai Tekai, he's evil, or he's like, okay, let me give you an example. There's this boxer called Subplot, right? He went into a boxing match. God bless his opponent and his opponent's family. I forgot his name, but he had killed his opponent. Is Subplot an evil person? If Subplot were to have a child and then never tell them about how he killed some dude in the ring, which is, 100% his business, and not even just that, public knowledge because of the fact that it was televised, but that's besides the point. It's just, what are we doing here? None of this is Daniel's business. That's first of all. Second of all,
that's why I was so upset when I learned about his past. But then I realized none of that matters. Teachers may seem all-knowing, okay? But they are just human beings like the rest of us. They may have their flaws and their failures, but it's not on us to carry that.
I understand. Oh, he was his father figure. But bro, Daniel is a character on his own. And that's another thing I had to talk about with like the characters in this show. Most characters cannot stand on their own in this show. They have a crutch. Daniel's crutch, Miyagi, right? Miguel's crutch, Sam. That's why I started to like Miguel less and less through the seasons. Miguel was my favorite character, #1 in the earlier seasons, right? Season 3, his arc of recovering his legs, all that shit. So we live for, you know what I'm saying? But then after season 3, it's like the guy is just aimless. I understand the conflict, but I expected Miguel to be more mature than this. I understand the conflict, but I would expect Robbie to be more mature than this. Like, how are you unfocused because she's back at, like, after everything you've been through, you are still unfocused? Like, it just feels like consistent backtracking over and over again, especially with Johnny and Daniel's relationship, especially with the freaking romance plots. Like, Dimitri cheating on Jasmine didn't need to happen. They shat on Dimitri's character this season for absolutely no reason. Extra scenes between Dimitri and Jasmine, between Dimitri and Hawk, them beefing for what? Why are we beefing in the final stretch of the series? Like, dead ass. Like the first couple seasons, I can understand. It's well established misunderstanding after well established misunderstanding, and then it eventually just devolved into misunderstanding for the sake of the plot, misunderstanding for the sake of division, for the sake of we need conflict between our protagonists. When you finally had antagonist settled in, this nigga wants to go to Stanford. It's his dream. It's his dream. We don't ever learn why it's his dream. We don't ever learn what he's going to Stanford for. We just know it's his dream. That's like finding out Naruto's dream is to become Hokage. We don't even know why he wanted to become Hokage. We don't know the isolation he felt. We don't know how the village treated him like crap. We just know he wants to be Hokage. Where is the inner conflict? Where is the like the character, the true character of Miguel? It's gone. And that's why when Robbie is up to fight Axel, I'm rooting for him more than Miguel, because I know if Miguel fights Axel, he's just gonna get into Stanford and he's going to beat him. Right? What made the fight in season 4 so interesting is that it benefited both characters to win the final fight. It benefited Hawk's character to win the final fight. It benefited Robbie's character to win the final fight. And it also benefited them to lose the final fight. If Hawk lost, that would have benefited his character. If Robbie lost, that would have benefited his character, right? So you have 4 different crossroads. Well, technically 2 different crossroads, right? Where the characters could go. One winner, one loser. You genuinely didn't know, and either way, it would be good for the story, good for who they are as people, right? With Miguel versus Axel, there's no benefit to Miguel losing. There's nothing that can be done with Miguel losing. For Robbie, him winning benefits his character. Him losing, as we saw, benefited his character. So it's like you give us a surefire conclusion. You make Axel one of the most one-dimensional characters of all time. Like, I am abused by my sensei and I want to do better. That's his entire character in a nutshell, right? You have these interesting moments of nuance where he looks to Zara for some help, right? You know, just any type of escape. But Zara is a shell of a character. She's a shallow, like, she's nothing. She's hollow, right? Wolf, he's rather interesting. He still shows Johnny respect after losing, right? But there's no delve into why he's abusive. There's no, like, making sacrifices, like Chosen's plotline with Kumiko, or like sacrificing Dimitri's subplot, right? All these different things in order to tackle and develop our characters that are going to be taking center stage in the most important moments of the series. They are unwilling to make those sacrifices. Robbie never talks to Kenny this season. He never gets to. There's not a genuine exchange between them. Kenny's either silent in every scene that he's in with Robbie, or he's not talking to Robbie. The best we get is them cheering each other on. That's it. 2 characters that were so intertwined upon Kenny's introduction, upon Kenny's downfall, only for them to have barely any communication this season. Why? For what? Literally for what? For Hawk and Dimitri drama? I'm heavily disappointed with the direction the characters have gone throughout the past few seasons, especially Miguel. Give him more to do other than be sad about his girl. Make me understand and care why he wants to go to Stanford. What is he going to Stanford for? So, like, Robbie has nothing, right? Robbie would have had nothing if certain things didn't fall perfectly into place. Robbie would have had no career, no career in karate, no future, right? He would have ended up in the trades just like his father, right? Robbie has this inner conflict of not wanting to be second place with his relationship With Sam, he was second place. In the tournaments, he was second place. In his relationship with his father, he was either second place to the Boos or he was second place to Miguel, right? There's conflict there. Why does Miguel want to go to Stanford? Where is the conflict? I know his family doesn't have a lot of money. Is that it? Is like, what does that mean for him? Does that mean he can go to school and retire his mother, right? Does that mean he can go to school and give his grandma the life she's always dreamed of? What is he going to school for? Is he going to school for himself? What does it mean to Miguel? We know it's his dream. Why do you dream? We get none of that. So it's, yeah, on those fronts, we get a whole bunch of Mr. Miyagi glaze. That whole plot line could have been shut down to develop our villains, to develop Zara, to develop Axel, to develop Wolf, to develop Quan further, to develop Kenny, Dimitri, and Hawk. They can take backstage. Any adult storyline that doesn't involve Johnny, I don't give a shit about it. I really don't give a shit about it. All the Miyagi storylines, I don't give a shit about it. I already forgot the backstory to Miyagi's necklace that they cherish so much. I already forgot that backstory. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's go back to the pros. Fight scenes this season, loved it. Honestly, I liked Tori versus Zara more than Miguel versus Axel, but that's partially because I hate it when you interlace flashbacks with the fight. Just let me watch the fight, and if there's anything that Miguel has already done, if I'm a loyal fan, if I'm somebody who pays attention, I will be rewarded, because I will be like, oh, Miguel did that move against Hawk. Oh, Miguel did that move against Kyler. Right? I'll be able to tell because of how much I've watched the show over and over again, right? Who are the flashbacks for? The people that don't remember? The people that don't remember probably haven't even made it to this season, right? So don't give me flashbacks. Let the art speak for itself. Back to the pros. Zara versus Tori, Miguel versus Axel, Robbie versus Axel, firefights. But back to the biggest pro of this season, Kreese and Johnny. Listen, man, Kreese blowing himself up over karate type shit. I ain't gonna lie. But Johnny and Kreese's character arcs, oh my peak. Johnny finally confronting his demons in the fight with Wolf. Johnny confronting Kreese about how Kreese's actions post his loss back in Karate Kid 1, how Kreese's actions had affected him and affected his life, and not only affected his life but affected Robbie's life, and how he could trust nobody. Like, Johnny's the best written character, and this final season solidified Johnny as my favorite character, bro. Like, this is just beautiful, and I appreciate it so much, so freaking much. More than anything else in this season, I appreciate this. I just wish all the other characters could have gotten something as meaningful with this much magnitude and this much time and care put into it, right? Let the kids work on their acting chops, you know? But yeah, this was a primarily negative video. I understand that, but I can't fully and genuinely describe to you the positivity and the excellence executed in Johnny's character arc without you just witnessing. I can't put it to words, bro. It's everything. It's the script, it's the acting, it's the cinematography, it's the choice in sets, like Johnny visiting his mother's grave and then visiting his mother's grave with a picture of his family. Like, you gotta watch it to appreciate it, right? I can't describe it to you in a fashion that will make you feel all the warmness that it made me feel, man. Like, this guy was nothing. He had nothing. Like he said himself, he trusted no one. He had no friends, no family, and he ended up with 2 sons, a daughter, and a wife by the end of this story. All because of his willingness to change and his willingness to forget about the past and not let it define him. But hey, man, that's my last video on Cobra Kai. Maybe I'll make another edit of it. But shit, man, I really just appreciate everybody who's worked on the show, despite my critiques of the writing. Thank you guys for this journey so far, and You know, I'm excited for Karate Kid Legends, and God bless everybody who worked on Cobra Kai, man. All right, y'all know what to do. I don't like outros, so this is it. Join my Discord, like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm gonna see y'all next time.